Welcome
Welcome.
to this completely unnecessary podcast for Tuesday, back on a Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. That's Ian Ferguson.
That's me.
Looking well dressed. This is like first date clothes. I'm Pat Contry. On the show today, we'll be talking about Kirby's Dream Buffet. We'll be discussing
Goddamn.
Atari Age, now liking Pat and Ian again. And we'll also be talking about GameStop crap, literally how I have it in my docket, GameStop crap.
Yep.
And more. We have a Patreon poll topic. Ian, how was your weekend? You were in Texas, right?
I was in Texas. You were in South Carolina.
We both had barbecue. You can hear about on the exclusive Patreon podcast that we do every week.
Yep.
Patreon.com/CU podcast. And you had a nice cobbler.
We both had barbecue. We both suffered through quite a bit of humidity.
Yeah.
It was
humid.
It was ridiculous in Texas over the weekend. But other than that, no, that was my weekend. I got home Sunday night. I had a good time in Texas, but it was, as anyone who's from Texas or has been to Texas can tell you, a lot of big personalities. A lot of big, bold personalities, and I liked them all, but my introverted ass was fucking drained by Sunday night.
People there that own convertibles with horns on the front.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
So everything's bigger in Texas.
But it was a good time. And then I really needed to decompress yesterday, so Vonnie and I went and did some night zoo. Which is the best zoo.
Night zoo is the only zoo sometimes.
Summer night zoo is the best. It's cool. It's less crowded.
Critters come out more sometimes.
Some of the critters, like the Tassies, come out more. The aviary was super active.
Okay.
And it was awesome. Like Vonnie and I, like they were just all around. Vonnie and I just kept picking birds, like, you know, where they have the information.
So the one by the Africa section where you walk through?
Yeah, the big one that's got like 2 floors.
Yeah.
We were just like picking birds and then trying to find them like a game of Where's Waldo, and it took like...
The bee eater is my favorite one.
So this is the best part. No, I'm so excited. The bee eater. I finally saw a bee eater grab a bee.
Oh.
It was sitting... So I'm looking at it, right? There? So it was sitting on a perch, right?
Okay.
And I saw it looking around, and it was like feet from me. It darts off over my head, comes right back with a bee in its mouth, and I got to see it do the fucking thing where it whacks the bee on the...
It actually whacks it on something to kill it?
Yeah, the information plaque used to tell you that, but they grab the bees and they bang the shit out of them on a branch to kill the bee, and then they eat it. And it was just like, I've always loved the bee eaters.
I didn't know bees were in there.
Well, there was actually a big sign on that bridge that walks over that said "Avoid bee area." So,
okay.
So
are we talking about the same area? I'm talking about right after you get the.
Yes. I'm just saying there was a separate area. There's apparently a bee problem at the zoo right now, so it was good for the bee.
Throw out the bee eaters, then I guess.
Good for the bee eaters.
Yeah, right after the half dog, half cat, half rat creature from Madagascar that you can't identify, the fossa. Go past the fossa right there. That's the sex we're talking about.
Yeah, the aviary over by Africa Rocks, not the smaller Parker aviary with the 2 kids.
Well, there's like 3 different bird areas in the zoo. That's awesome. There's a bunch.
When I was younger, I never cared for the aviaries, and now it's one of my favorite spots to go.
No, I love the birds. And the fact that you get so close and you get like 3 feet away from them, they don't care. They're just hanging out.
Old lady said something funny to me, though. I was looking up at some birds in the tree, and my mouth was open, and she taps me, and she goes, "If you're going to look up, you should probably close your mouth." I was like, thank you, ma'am.
That's experience.
Thanks, man.
That's some burdened experience right there.
So, yeah, and then I went and played pinball last night, set my best Godzilla score. It's not very good, but I'm happy with the progress.
Where'd you play it?
I went to Air Club.
I got to get there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Someone offered me their Big Lebowski machine because I figured they ordered 2 of them, I guess because there was a thing where the original, then you put your name on a list to, I'm sorry to the person out there if I'm butchering the story, but I was half asleep all of yesterday trying to recover. They offered me their machine, I guess, at a decent price, which I guess is like 13 grand for one. I don't know. And I basically said, thanks for the offer. I don't have the room for it right now. And plus I can't buy a machine I haven't played. Like that would be insane.
Yeah. You got to go to, Brewski's is where the Big Lebowski machine is in San Diego. Go play it. Like I said, it's gorgeous.
I got to clear out crap. I got to do the great sell-off of 2023. Hopefully that'll happen while the prices, before the prices plummet. Because I went to Southeast Game Exchange, beautiful. Talked about barbecue before. People are super friendly. Everyone wanted Ian there in the South. The South wanted Ian. That's why I texted Ian. The prices, it's still sort of sticker shock at some of the prices. But
I saw some prices posted too, and things were.
But I think this can't last long. And from talking to, I think I talked to someone about one store who did say that, this was a story someone told me where, was it online or, no, I'm confusing it, or they try to trade in NES games to a store and they just wouldn't accept them. So we can't sell NES games. This is recently. So it's like, oh, I might be getting to that point again where people that got all this stuff during the pandemic, they don't want it anymore.
I think we're far enough away that that's probably the case.
It's like, wow, I went to Luna Video Games 2 locations. I bought a Genesis and 20 games, and I don't want it anymore. It's got to come back out. So it's the ebbs and flows of all of this, and what happens when that happens? Prices got to go down because you got to move this stuff. That's basically what happens with it. God, the Foss is an adorable little critter.
Yeah, they were out too. I was happy to see it.
There's a couple of them there, right?
Yep.
They're always there, palling around. But they eat mammals. They eat the freaking guys across the way, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're carnivorous. Yeah. Because there's about 6 or 7 different types of those monkey type creatures.
Lemurs.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 at the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
There's like they all pal around with each other. But
we saw a whole row of them. It was the family. It was like 5 of them all sitting like in the train with their arms around each other. It was really, really cute.
Yeah, but the Fosses, I think, hunt them.
I just Googled Fossa real quick to check something, and under the people also ask section, are Fosses cats or dogs?
No,
neither.
They're Madagascar is an island off of Africa.
It's a relative of the mongoose.
Whenever you get these islands like Tasmania, you get weird ass creatures that only exist there. Yeah, there are nothing. The Tasmanian devil's like nothing else. It's just the way it is. That's the way it is.
I love these little rock hyraxes too. That are
the rock hyrax is the best. Little toe beans that suck. What?
Closest relative is the elephant.
There you go.
Weird shit, man.
Yeah.
Love the animal kingdom.
Yes. Someone recently asked, I believe, on a voicemail. I'll answer right now because people ask, what do you do in San Diego? You go to the zoo. That's what you do. You spend one day, go to zoo.
On the way back from Texas, there was a woman and a man talking, and the man had never been to San Diego. Mm-hmm. And he said, so what about the San Diego Zoo?
Should I go?
What? And she goes, no, you can pass on the zoo.
What?
And that's when I put my earplugs in because I didn't want to hear people talk anymore.
No, Ian, it was your duty to say, no, you don't pass up on arguably the best zoo in the world.
I did not want to talk to people, but I mean,
So what did she say? You can skip that?
You can pass on the zoo.
Oh, okay. Where are you going to go to the Cincinnati Zoo instead? Not to talk trash about other zoos, but it won't be as good.
Welcome to the CU podcast, where we always talk about the San Diego Zoo.
Please do a zoo podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go to the zoo every week.
What did we see each week? What was active? What wasn't?
Hung out with the capybaras this week. Right. Went for a swim. Be great.
All right, we got to move on from the zoo.
Captain Intro says move on.
We'll just keep talking about the zoo.
There's an update to the EA tweet.
Yeah. So
what's my update?
Just real quick.
Update.
Apparently that tweet went over very, very poorly internally.
You think?
The one talking about, she's a 10, but she only plays she doesn't. She's a 10, but
she doesn't play multiplayer games.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And the interesting thing we found out about that, the big interesting thing, is that the social media account on Twitter for EA isn't run internally at EA.
That's insane. This is a Fortune 500 company.
Yes. I mean, that's fucking nuts.
That's insane. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they don't have their own person internally to send out tweets like that.
Right. So
I'm sorry, it was worse. They're a 10, but they only like playing single player.
That's
games.
it. Yeah.
That's even fucking worse than what I said.
So not a whole lot more to say. Obviously, it didn't go over well internally. I guess there was like an internal Slack where everyone was panicking and they were trying to get other companies to dunk on EA, but then or their internal teams to say something negative back, to dunk on the bad tweet. Uh-huh. But then they realized it makes it look like there's huge discord within EA. You can't do that. You
can't have the sub companies then go after the parent company.
So that was another bad idea. And then they kind of rode with it. And the only thing I left to say is if you are, your social media is one of the absolute first things that should be internal.
In this day and age on Twitter, yes.
Yeah, you've got to have an internal working of the understanding of the company. So, wow. Ridiculous. E3 is going to be returning next year, 2023, with the help of from ReedPop. ReedPop runs PAX and a couple other of the big conventions, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I have a feeling it'll be a shell. It's going to be just another video game convention.
They also, interestingly, own a website where the editor-in-chief threatened to sue me. So that's interesting, too. Sorry, go on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that?
Oh, we know. Go on.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
We know them.
So, I mean, really, that's right. They do the Star Wars celebration. So they really handle like all of these like bigger nerd conventions. Do we need another convention that's just like PAX? When we've already got PAX East and PAX West and Summer PAX and
like 5 PAXs.
PAX by the shore.
There's the one in Texas. There's the one in Australia that might be coming back. We have 2.
PAXes.
PAXs?
PAXes.
Is that the Paris one?
PAX? I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
And plus you have, you have the Germany Gamescom one. And was that Germany?
Yeah, Gamescom.
Which is like supposedly, for someone told me, that's like picture PAX, but like 3 times the size. It's just like ridiculous. It's like the whole one for all of Europe. So you have that. So
I just don't know.
I mean, it's good to get someone that knows what they're doing to do this, but again, is there room for this?
I feel like the market is saturated. What E3 once was is not needed anymore. And what this E3 is going to become is the same as so many other conventions we have.
And it's going to be 4 years in between events. Between
right.
Like that's
between
20,
live events.
21,
yeah.
22, 23. It's 4 years.
So, whatever.
Whatever. Hey, E3, whatever. We loved you at one point in time.
Yeah, back in like 99 when magazines were the main, we got this information.
Can I talk about Twinkcoin?
I mean, we can. Can we talk about one of the worst fucking names? So Hostess, this is coming from our favorite crypto Twitter. Web3 is going just great.
Yeah,
Hostess announced Twinkcoin snack cakes.
Okay.
I honestly thought this was when before I clicked the link and you had put down Twinkcoin, I thought this is going to be some weird cash-in attempt to get LGBTQ into crypto because it's called fucking Twinkcoin.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's Twinkies.
It's almost like I can almost guarantee that at the Hostess board meeting, whoever owns the parent company, because it's not the original Hostess, that's a great idea. Crypto's hot right now. Yes. We can do Twinkie shaped like coins. We can do that easily.
And there was not a queer person on the board. Not one.
I'm not queer and I know what that Twink what the connotation is.
Just saying, clearly they did not run this by anyone.
No, they did not. Which makes it, like you said, even worse.
Yep.
It makes it like, what are you thinking about? Do you know how this is going to be received? Are they even going to go through with this now? Is it going to reach shelves? Will this be so limited that it'll be worth money in the annals of bad food idea history?
The internet age, has really shown that because we have such access to information, that these heads got there. They don't know what they're doing. They're not in those positions because they're magically smarter than us.
No, they're not.
Because they're not.
No,
they're idiots.
One of the first things you learn when you learn for a corporation, like I did in my 20s, is that the people above you are not smarter than you at all.
Right.
Usually not. Some are, but usually they just got there due to being there for a decent amount of time, or they failed upwards. We don't know what to do with this person. They're not great at their job. They can't stay where they are. They got to go up. Like that's basically what happens at a lot of these places.
Right.
But Twinkcoin, huh? That's interesting. They even use the dollar sign, which denotes a cryptocurrency.
Right. And
twink.
Also, it's hilarious. They say they're coin-shaped cakes when I think actually Web3 is going great says it. They're cake-shaped cakes.
Yeah, so they
look like cakes.
Cupcake shaped almost. There's a round. Let me see. Is this coming out? Twinkcoin. Let me just put up Twinkcoin and see what comes out. No, they launched it. It's a limited edition.
So we can go buy it.
You know what? I love a Twinkie.
I do too.
I'm interested in trying for the different shape. The same sponginess, but the cream inside. Goddamn, I'm starving.
If I find them, I will definitely give them a go.
You didn't find those PB Twix quick enough since they don't make them anymore. Apparently, the past few years they got rid of them. How the hell can you stop making? You know why you stopped making? Because you didn't promote them. People didn't know they existed. 90% of the 80s commercials, twitch.tv/country code, 90% of the Twix 80s commercials feature the caramel ones and not the PB ones. They wouldn't just tag on the PB. And back then you could find them. They were like 50-50. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's okay. It's fine.
I've been having food losses left and right recently, it seems like. You want to stick on the Web3 is going great track right here and talk about Polium?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So a source for the Polium crypto console or NFT console was discovered.
Yes,
right.
We talked about this last week. Polium is the, if you need a refresher, it is the Web3 gaming console that is definitely being put out by this company.
Remember, they had 8K gaming and Touch ID. They backtracked on both those because they realized we can't do 8K. That's insane. And then also the Touch ID is a trademark Apple thing. So now we have a scanner for your finger in order to access your bank account.
Yeah,
or
don't forget
account.
their wallet. Your wallet,
the
wallet,
crypto wallet. The wallet button on the controller. So this was identified, Ian, as this was directly stolen from the Oasis console.
Yes, 100% directly stolen from the Oasis console.
Change your mood with the Oasis console. This is a Korean. It was a Korean
by Behance or something like that.
Startup.
Yeah.
Here. And then games relieve stress, continuous stress. One of the goals of enjoying a console game includes stress relief. However, even after finishing the game, I discovered that the stress persists. As a result of analyzing this phenomena, the stress received in DLF can be relieved through games, but another kind of stress is generated by games. So basically, there was some color-coded images or like lights on this that would have, I guess, de-stressed you somehow. I'm not reading this quote-unquote white paper on this. There's a gameplay time lapse where it shows the time in different shades going from green to red. No clue how it works. I don't care. This is garbage.
I don't think it was supposed to be I don't think it's a Web3 system, though.
No, this isn't a Web3 system.
Right.
The whole point is this. They stole the images and CG from this for Polium.
Yep, including the controller. And then if you look at the Polium Twitter account, they are clearly, it's Polium underscore, I think 2 underscores. They changed the logo.
It is 2 underscores, yes. Like 1.
They changed the logo now to what appears to be an octagonal butt pooping.
I'm not going to go that far, but okay. We're going to the real Rorschach test.
Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's what they said.
It looks like a slice of butter being hit off of those butter cube mates. You're saying it's poop?
It's poop. They're pooping. Anyway. And Polium said yesterday, while the world is laughing at us, we are happily building. Happy Monday to those who are building for Web3. We can't wait to show you all the prototype. Shut up. God, just no one cares.
Well, I have been on the Discord there about that. So it's interesting, and already it's getting out there and being covered by YouTubers. I discovered this on the Intellivision underscore Miko Reddit. Slopes Game Room, DJ Slopes, who does a Kick Scammers, I guess, series.
Yep.
Did his video about the Polium in record time in about a week. Let's look at some of the comments down here.
Still waiting for that Amico one.
I think that's what people are kind of exasperated about, is that this person is known for doing videos that look at scam consoles and scams in general.
Maybe admit you made a mistake.
Yes, but unfortunately, Slopes Game Room did a couple. Did an interview with Tommy and then doubled down in a video later saying that the Amico was a good idea. And so we're waiting on that video. I'm sure it'll come any week now.
Yeah,
including clips from your own channel that could be included. That could be interesting there. It's slightly embarrassing. That's okay. You won't be embarrassed at all. You won't be if you visit ultimatenintendo.com. You'll feel great about yourself. You'll feel great because you can get enamel pins.
Pep in your step.
Put some pep in your step at ultimatenintendo.com. You can get enamel pins. That's a pep in the step. Oh, the See You Podcast enamel pins are back in stock.
Yeah.
Back in stock. Yeah, he's excited.
Get them.
You can get certain NES and Super Nintendo guidebooks.
Get them before I cut my hair.
Before you change out of your first date attire.
Yeah.
RBI baseball stickers. I sold out of them at the convention. I always bring 15, 20 RBI baseball stickers. You can get all of that at ultimatenintendo.com, and I'll be on Twitch Wednesday, twitch.tv/CountryCode. Or if you want some feet pics, go to my Cameo. You can request them, cameo.com/Pat Contry. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but you can request them.
I mean, you can make the request.
You can make the request of me for $1, and I can just, just have that conversation with you if you want there. Hear the news about Vince McMahon? More's coming out. When it rains, it pours.
It's not just one; it's 4 women now that he is apparently filtered hush money to. $12 million worth of hush money has been paid off to various mistresses and
but also
cohorts.
And ex female wrestlers. Unfortunately.
Oh, I did not know.
You didn't read that?
I didn't get that far
okay.
down.
Okay.
Sorry, we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to cover in this intro.
That wasn't in this article.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
There was one. Let me make sure I have this right, because this is all alleged from this stuff. Let's see, Vince McMahon. Because people are trying to guess, at least one or two. They're trying to guess. Well, this happened in 2005. One of them. They're trying to guess what wrestler this was, and went over to another place. And there's a couple names out there. It's not worth speculating about who it was. But one of them was coerced allegedly into oral sex from Vince.
Oh, God damn it!
And then afterwards, I guess at that point turned down full sex offers, and then was quickly diminished, and then was sent away off the roster.
Wow.
So we're talking. I'm not shocked by this. We said this last week. Like there's gonna be more that comes out, but this is not a good person. You should not.
No.
You should not hero worship Vince McMahon. It always makes me sick when I see stuff like that.
No, he's been a piece of shit for his entire life. Clearly, one of the many reasons I just stopped caring about that. Like he's awful.
Yeah, he's an awful person.
He treats people like shit.
We need to stop thug worships of like these like strong men. I worship strong men, whether it's in politics or
alpha type A person. Fuck you.
Oh, here we go. This is from the Wall Street Journal report. Wall Street Journal was the one that broke this, and everyone's trying to say, "Oh, is this true or not?" I don't think the Wall Street Journal would run with this unless they had their sources down and they knew about this. They can get sued easily. Here we go. The Wall Street Journal reports that as far as the former wrestler is concerned, the previously unreported settlements include a $7.5 million pact with a former wrestler who alleged that Mr. McMahon coerced her into giving him oral sex and then demoted her, and ultimately declined to renew her contract in 2005 after she resisted further sexual encounters, according to people familiar with the matter. The wrestler and her attorney approached McMahon in 2018 and negotiated the payment in return for her silence, the people said. So this happened during a lot of the Me Too moment. It sounded like she's like, fuck this, I'm going to speak out.
Yeah.
And got it. There you go.
Wow.
The journal states that the WWE contractor alleges that McMahon sent unsolicited nude photos of himself to her and sexually harassed her on the job. This is someone else. She claims to have been paid $1 million. This is not a person with good judgment, obviously. You're the CEO of a huge company, a publicly traded company. At this point, it was publicly traded for sure. That happened in the early 2000s, I believe. So this is ridiculous. Obviously, one of the women supposedly, John Laurinaitis, the head of talent relations, was also involved with here, and this is just awful. Carny fucking business with carny fucking people running them. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, just the
John Laurinaitis. That's right. It seems he's embroiled in a $1.5 million non-disclosure agreement reached in 2012 with an employee he had a relationship with. The head of talent relations screwing around with someone. Can't make it up. So unfortunately, the meme became that Vince paid more to these women than he paid for WCW in these payoffs, which is like sad but true.
True.
But he got WCW. What was like $2 or $3 million? It was like low.
It was pennies.
It was like it's like we do a GoFundMe and get the rights.
With enough moxie, we could have gotten out there and purchased WCW.
Do a live stream event to raise the money for that. Awful person.
Yep. Just the worst.
Awful person.
You know what's not awful?
What's a better thing? Ian?
This was such a wonderful thing to wake up to. Kirby's Dream Buffet has been announced for the Switch.
Interesting.
As a eShop only title that is coming in summer 2022. We're in summer 2022, so I'm hoping this is going to drop soon.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love Kirby. The most recent Kirby game was fucking fantastic. I loved every minute of it. And this is called Kirby's Dream Course. It looks to be an interesting mix of kind of like Super Monkey Ball with Fall Guys. It looks to be 4 players online, and it's kind of a race through obstacle courses. And it looks like you have to eat as many strawberries or fruits as possible, because at the end it shows all the Kirby's being weighed.
they get a little chunkier.
Yeah. So I feel like, they get bigger. So I'm going to guess that there's probably, bonuses for getting there first and then bonuses for being the most heavy. But it looks really, really cute.
I wonder if that slows you down while you race.
I wonder. They're bouncing off of egg yolks as trampolines. There's all sorts of delicious cakes. I am very hungry.
The backstory, a magic fork. Kirby's ready to eat a cake. He's ready to go, and the fork shrinks him down, and then he wakes up, and he's like, "Oh, look at this gigantic cake! I can roll around the frosting."
So I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm happy to see Kirby games. I don't know, kind of back in the mainstream, pushing Kirby a little bit.
Was Kirby never not in the mainstream?
No, but I mean, we're getting multiple Kirby games within a couple of months here. That's pretty impressive.
He's like the secondary guy to Mario, where you get all the offshoot games.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like true. 4 on the.
I'm
Super
just
Nintendo
saying
alone.
now, like current age.
Is it Kirby Renaissance?
A Kirby
saying?
Renaissance.
There you go. Little guy gets a little Renaissance there. Yeah. So I don't know what it's going to cost. It's exclusive. Maybe you think it's a budget title, but to Nintendo, what does that mean? It'll be 20 or 30. I can't picture them doing a full $50, $60 price and only have it on the eShop.
No, I have a feeling it'll be a $20 to $30 game.
There you go. I'm interested. I'm interested. Just don't take it away like you took freaking the Mario Battle Royale away from us.
Right.
There, that's Mario 35. That was not good because I was in love with that game. Speaking of stuff disappearing, Red Dead Online is going bye-bye. This launched only in the middle of 2019, so it's a little over 3 years old only, and it's going away. They had an update to the community.
Update.
So basically, they're pulling people off of this to work on GTA 6. That's the TLDR on this. It's like, well, thanks for the community, but we don't want to do this anymore. We got to work elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with really any of the Rockstar games, but I know that Red Dead Online was met with a lukewarm response. I believe it came late. It was supposed to be released with Red Dead Redemption 2. I believe it was released closer to like 3 to 6 months after. People said it was never really... I think people were excited for it because GTA Online did well, and the idea of doing kind of the same thing with, Old West heists, could be a lot of fun. But my understanding from people who played it was they never put the time or the effort to really bring it up to the speed that GTA Online was. And they're just kind of shuttering it. It seemed like a pretty failed experiment.
Over the past few years, we've been steadily moving more development resources towards the next entry in the GTA series, understanding that more than ever, the need to exceed players' expectations and for this entry to be the best it can possibly be. As a result, we are in the process of making some changes to how we support Red Dead Online. New experiences, blah, 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 seasonal events, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I think it's not going away right away, but I don't think it's going to be long for this world, it looks like. Yeah. I don't know when the end date is on here. Am I reading this right? When the hell is this ending?
I don't know.
Summer and beyond. What else is going on here? God of War Ragnarok. You want to talk about that, Ian?
Just real quick, in the... under the heading Weird Things in Modern Gaming, we covered once, I think it was actually Red Dead Redemption 2, we covered once that they had released a collector's edition that had no game in it. It was just it was like a digital code and then a bunch of, tchotchke. Well, this kind of does it one weirder. The God of War Ragnarok collector's edition has a steelbook that you can put on your shelf, but there are no discs in it. There are no discs whatsoever. So it's odd that physical collections aren't coming with physical games anymore. I know a lot of people have moved to digital, but if I'm buying a collector's edition of a game, I want the game to come with it.
That would be nice, right?
Instead, you're just buying a big box of stuff that I guarantee you 90% of you are not going to keep around. I worked in video game retail for 15 years. I've seen all this shit come in. People try to sell it for big money. It's a collector's edition. I tell them it's not worth anything.
My Joker statue.
I show them it's not worth anything, and they leave it for free.
Goes into the free bin?
Yes. I understand that for certain games, everyone's probably got a game out there where they would like a cool collector's edition. And I'm no different. I've just never seen it yet. But stop buying into these collector's editions for every game or games you don't really care about, because it's just clutter. and it's not going to be worth anything. And you don't even get the fucking game. I mean, you do, but you don't.
Well, you get code tied to your account.
You get a code in a fucking empty steelbook. It's really, really weird.
Is that like a fortune cookie? What is it?
Yeah, right. Card? Just crack it open, pull the code out. That would actually be a fun way to deliver some game codes.
What, a fortune cookie?
Yeah.